So it has a guy on. I saw this video on YouTube like 5 minutes ago, and I had to say something about it. So this man had a girlfriend, not a wife, girlfriend, and the stepdaughter. That's not even a stepdaughter. Dude's being used. Paid for her school, her college. So he's been raising this woman's child for a minute. I am like, this dude's making colossal mistakes already. And then the kicker, to add insult to injury, the the stepdaughter, I'm using air quotes, wants the real father, the biological father, to walk her down the aisle, and not the stepdaddy. He refuses to pay for the wedding. If I was the groom, I would have done already canceled my part of it too. Because the level of disrespect for this man, and even worse that he's not even married to her. Why in the God's green earth, why are you going to sink this kind of money into another man's child? The real father did not pay for her college. The stepfather did. He is very lucky she didn't put him on child support, but she wanted that college paid. That's probably why she didn't do it. She wanted her education paid too. The education and probably the wedding paid for. And from what I understand, this wedding is not cheap. It's like $40,000 or some nonsense like this. Like, are you kidding me at this point? This is the part where you have to sit back, analyze the situation, and understand that these women are playing you. If she gets on online or anywhere and says something along the lines of, I want a man with money to finance my life, and she hasn't done anything with her life, she's not an outstanding woman to the point where she deserves to be pampered like this. You're not even married to her, and she's already approaching you like this. Just so you know, it's a setup. Because men that are actually in love with the woman that they're actually going to marry, that do these things for those women, are not coerced into doing these things. You cannot force love. I don't care what gender you are. You cannot force love. You cannot force anybody to take care of you. You cannot force a lifestyle upon a man that was not prepared to provide you with this lifestyle. This is your goals in life, your dreams. You finance it. Whatever it is you want to do with your life, wonderful. But you pay for whatever it is you want in your life. Don't you dare put that on anybody else. You want something, you pay for it. It's a simple concept. When I was a child, I wanted two things. I wanted to be a black belt, and I wanted to be in the United States Army. I have 2 black belts and 2 styles of blue belts in karate. That's 3 styles, 2 black belts. And I'm a United States Army combat veteran. 100% disabled PNT for PTSD. So I got more than what I bargained for when I signed up for the United States Army. I don't work anymore. I stopped working 6 years ago. But you see why I'm so strict with my standards? I have guaranteed money coming in for the rest of my life. Over $5,000 a month. I'm not going to get into the how, but it's a clear over $5,000 a month tax free. You could only imagine if I had gotten with the wrong person, what would happen to my finances. First of all, they would love to use me to finance them, because the simple fact that I don't have to do anything for my money, I've already earned my money for the rest of my life. They would love to be in my wife's position right now. She earned that. That's why she has the life that she has, because I gave her my life, because she earned it. This is something that you just don't hand out to just anybody, especially if the woman demanded it. If she is demanding it, you reject her immediately and find somebody else, because she is demanding it. You could only imagine if a man demanded exactly what he wanted from a woman, and it was not anything good. You know what I'm talking about. I can't say it on here, but it's not anything good, and he's demanding it. The women would have a riot over that situation. They would get him canceled. It's the same concept for a man. Women target us for money. They target us for money. That's what they target us for. So you as a man need to wake up and understand what you're being targeted for, and you need to set up standards to protect yourself. And we're not talking about the average man that has nothing here. We're not talking about y'all. We're talking about men that can pay for cars, pay for houses, provide a lifestyle, and provide for this woman to a point where she doesn't have to work. That's the type of man I'm talking about. So if you're like me and you're one of those men, you have to set standards and put boundaries in place to protect yourself. And you can't just go out there and tell any woman what you got going on if you're single. Because the second you open your mouth and she finds out all your money's guaranteed, she's going to put herself in a position to fleece you out of your money and or manipulate you into a situation for her benefit. For example, you don't want kids, she wants kids. She will manipulate or find a way to get whatever she wants out of you if the end game is child support. If that end game is child support, and some of these women abuse the child support system because they equate child support and welfare to freedom. That's enslavement. That's not freedom. What I have is freedom. You are subjugating yourself to to the government rules and regulations for them to give you something, and you can't just do whatever you want with that money. You have rules attached to this money. My situation, I can do whatever I want with my money. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have zero restrictions of what I can do. Zero. I can do anything I want. That's freedom. That's power. So now I've used my freedom and my power correctly, and I have chosen the correct woman. And you know what my wife used to do? She used to take care of a 92-year-old woman in a facility making $1,200 a month. That's where I met my wife. And I decided that's the one. That's what I want. She has skills that I can use. And it wasn't nothing about money. It was what attracted me to her was her skills and the fact that she was patient enough to care for a 92-year-old woman. I said, I need that. I said, that's qualities of a wife that I can definitely utilize. That's how you pick a partner. You look at not their money, their qualities, who they are as a person. That's how you pick the correct partner, and you look at their qualities and determine, okay, based on this person's behavior and their qualities and their maturity level, is this the correct one? Yes or no? You make your decision. That's how you pick. Not some of these women, how they pick men is, I need a man that can finance my life. That's how you pick a man. And that's why you have so many problems, because there's so many men out there that have money, but that don't mean they're a good man. They have money, but they don't mean nothing. How do they get their money? What are they doing? And what are they doing with their money? How do they treat you? You forgot all the rest of those questions you were supposed to ask, and you skip straight to, oh, he's got money, he must be the one. And then you get on here and cry about all your problems on this app, and that's how you chose your man. Can we make that make sense? So, moral of the story, folks, you pick people based on their character, what are they doing, and have they learned their lesson, or are they continuing to repeatedly make the same mistakes? You need to look at all of these things before you even commit to a person, let alone a marriage. And that's why some of these women find it so hard to find a husband and no one's choosing them, is because your character and it's not your goals is the problem. It's how how you try to obtain your goals. That's the problem. The how, because you could have a good woman that's what you could have a good woman out there saying, "Hey, my goal is to have a man with money," but she's doing everything correctly. Then you could have a crazy woman that says, "I want a man with money," and she is doing any and everything and scheming to get the money by any means necessary. That's the crap we're talking about, and that's what makes you not eligible to be with one of us, because of the schemes that and how you're trying to obtain your lifestyle by screwing people over. That's what we're talking about, and that's why you're single. If you're that type, you're single for a reason. I'm out of here.